Every single person from the UK that I meet in Bali will say the same thing. The UK is finished. In this video, I'll explain why I left the miserable, dreary lands of London and came to sunny Southeast Asia. So as we all know, the UK is extremely expensive and holds very little value. Average flat is about £2,712 in London and £1,375 outside of London. This is not sustainable. If you want to live in a nice area in London for a shared accommodation, shared kitchen, shared bathroom, you have to be spending more than £1,000 a month. That is crazy. I cannot even fathom anyone paying anywhere close to that. In Vietnam, you can get a nice condo located right next to the beach, perhaps even with a sea view, for about $300 to $500, not pounds. I'm currently spending about $480 a month for a homestay right in the center of Canggu, Bali. If you want to find out how much I spend a month in Bali and still live a very good lifestyle, you can check my video there. I was 30, living at home in the bedroom of my childhood. That is no way to be an adult, and that is a reality for many, many Londoners. Bali and Southeast Asia in general offers so much better value. If you're into health and wellness, so sauna, ice bath, I looked, and in East London, in Shoreditch, you have to pay about £60.50 for a 90-minute cap session. And it looks like just some random crap that people made in their garden. It looks budget. I am paying about £105 a month for a much, much, much nicer place that is unlimited use, and it's a co-working area, and I can go there as many times as I want in that time. I eat out daily, even in international restaurants, and I pay anywhere between $2.50 to about $7 for a meal. I live in the center of the digital nomad hotspot in Bali called Canggu, and there's literally food from all over the world very close. In London, I felt like my life was wasting away. I've lived in London for a lot of my life, but I've also lived in China, South America, and Thailand. London, 98%, and a lot of you people can sympathize with this, of the day was the same. I was there for 18 months last time. It's like I turned around and that time was gone. I've only been in Bali for about a month, but I've lived about years and years and years and years of London life. Honestly, it feels almost as long, because your brain doesn't need to create new memories if you're doing the exact same thing. And this is even worse if you're commuting to a job that you hate. That whole commute there, you say an hour there, an hour back, and that time in the office, you're never gonna get that time back. The novelty of living new experiences is like reading different books. Whereas if you're stuck at home, living the exact same life, day in, day out, you're stuck reading that same page of that book for the rest of your life. In Bali, and anywhere you really travel, everything is new and exciting. Every new area you go to, every new road, you're downloading a new piece of the map. So your brain needs to create and categorize this information. Whereas if you're living your life in London or where you're from, and your life is 98% the same, that's why the days just fade into months, that fade into years. Before you know it, you're gonna be old and decrepit because that time just gone. It is becoming more routine. Like, I've downloaded a lot of the map. I don't use Apple Maps anymore for my day-to-day routine. But as soon as I go to Vietnam next month, the novelty is gonna come back just like that. And that's normal. So if you live 2 months in one place, you bounce around, you're gonna live such a much more rich and interesting experience in compared to just staying in your own country and just wasting away. You really can just reset your life every few months. And the UK is finished. Let's all be real. This is by far the worst the UK's been in my 30 years of being alive. And there's no light, not even a flicker of light at the end of the tunnel. I'm not going to discuss politics, but I think it's obvious to anyone in the UK that this situation is deteriorating fast, and it's only gonna deteriorate more. Living in the UK is not sustainable. Rising crime, rising prices, terrible policies. Just know that they don't have your best interest at heart. It is a shame, because I do love people from the UK. We're very funny, especially when I'm watching like Gogglebox, but we're just let down. Now, my life isn't perfect. It's not like your life is gonna become 10 out of 10 as soon as you step off that plane into Southeast Asia. There are still issues, still problems. You're gonna be going through the same things. But if I say my life in London was a 5, my life here is definitely a 7.5. In Southeast Asia, the level of freedom you have is incomparable to the UK. It's like comparing the night with the dark. I feel that people in the West, in particular the US and the UK, are indoctrinated to think that their country is really good and better than it is. I'm telling you, when you go on that plane, you're gonna find out that this isn't true, especially Asia. Asia is on the come up right now. You need to step out of your bubble and see life and the reality of the world with your own eyes, 10 toes down in the ground. Leaving London wasn't running away from something. More so, it was running towards a life that's much more fulfilling, much more affordable, and much more rich of life. If you're thinking of leaving the UK or creating an online income stream but have no idea where to start, don't worry, I got you. I make more than $2,000 a month by utilizing something called passive YouTube search. If you want to find out how you can do this yourself, you can sign up by the link in the description, the pinned comment, to my email list and get my free passive YouTube income blueprint. If you want more one-to-one help, I have offered consulting, but my spots are limited. To see how much I spend a month in Bali, you can check that video there. If you found value in this video, please like and subscribe. I'm the London Nomad, and it's my mission in life to make you financially free. Bye-bye.